Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. And also remain standing for the national anthem, which will be sung by Maria at Pelham. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Maria?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's bright glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Malia and Sophia Loom, who played the piano for the processional. So please have a seat. So good evening and welcome to the 94th induction ceremony of the Knight and Lamp chapter of the National Honor Society. On stage this evening are tonight's keynote speaker, Ms. Julia Chung, Assistant Superintendent for Pupil Personnel, Mrs. Eileen Miller, Member of the Board of Education, Ms. Mariana Cordero, our National Honor Society Advisor, as well as our National Honor Society Faculty Council members, Mr. Brian Sands, Mrs. Tara Carmody, Mr. Andrew Scott, Mrs. Raquel Rodriguez, and Mr. Andrew Van Bachoff. I would also like to acknowledge a few noted guests who are currently sitting in the back, Dr. Maria Thompson, the Director of Humanities, and Dr. Tom Callahan, the Director of Math and Science, who are now, I see, controlling the lights, correct? All right, tonight we honor the academic accomplishments and outstanding personal traits demonstrated by the 106 scholars we will induct this evening. In addition to their academic excellence, they've more than met the leadership criterion of the society by demonstrating tremendous initiative, a positive attitude toward our school, reliability, dependability, and leadership roles in a variety of clubs, teams, and community organizations. Scholars, as you face the challenges of the future, please remember that the values you have shown us through your hard work, your leadership, character, and service have brought you to this place of honor this evening. Please accept my congratulations and best wishes for your continued success. I would now like to introduce Asher Law, the current president of our National Honor Society. Asher?
Thank you, Mrs. Clark. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming tonight as we induct our candidates into the National Honor Society. I would like to now speak about one pillar of National Honor Society, scholarship. Excellence in scholarship reveals not only that one's store of knowledge has been increased, but also that the individual has endeavored to make the most of the opportunities at hand. Knowledge is both necessary and useful. It can be acquired in only one way, and that is through diligence and effort. It is a truism that knowledge is power, but a necessary corollary that it must be exercised with wisdom. With each successive year, more discoveries have been made, more inventions devised for man's use, until today, the schoolboy has at his command many times the wisdom of an ancient sage. A little learning is a dangerous thing, but great knowledge makes one humble. Knowledge broadens one's horizon and makes one raise his eyes involuntarily to higher things. It dispels the limitations of ignorance and fear and frees one from the fetters of self. I would like to now introduce my National Honor Society Vice President, Lance Brady.
I'd like to speak about another pillar of National Honor Society, service. The essence of service is love, and without love, service is empty. The love which inspires true service is not partial, but universal. It takes no cognizance of hate. It does not foster jealousy. It inspires loyalty and confidence because it destroys fear. Upon every hand are opportunities to render service, to an individual, to an organization, to your country, or to the world. By performing the small services at hand, does one become accustomed to serving others until larger opportunities call him. The experience gained through the small deeds serves him in the broader field. Serving others does not entail the suppression of one's individuality, rather does it mean the expression and development of it. But in the expression of that individuality, there is not place for pettiness, greed, avarice, or made ambition. The world is full of self-will, self-justification, and self-love, which are the foundations of the world's ills. Today, the world needs individuals who can rise above the tides of the times and serve unselfishly. I'd now like to introduce the Vice President of the incoming National Honor Society class, Honor Durham.
I would like to speak about another pillar of the National Honor Society, leadership. Leadership in its highest sense is not simply an outgrowth of a vigorous and pleasing personality. Leadership, in order to benefit mankind, must proceed from unselfish motives, from a strong character, and from a self-informed mind. It requires constant denial of self, a genuine affection for mankind, and an abiding trust in God. Humility is requisite here also, for the success of any cause is endangered when the leader thinks himself greater than the cause. A true leader is marked by self-confidence and poise, both of which are born of experience, knowledge, and an understanding of people. Self-confidence is not conceit, but it's a genuine belief in the righteousness of one's cause and a just appraisal of one's ability and knowledge. The peace and prosperity of the world, the salvation of mankind from itself, are in your hands. Accept this charge, and when petty quarrels threaten to deter you, look ahead to the broad horizon and refuse to be stopped until you have attained your goal. In you, the leaders of your own world today, lies the hope of the world of tomorrow. I would like to introduce the incoming National Honor Society President for the class of 2021, Aiden Levy.
I'm going to speak about the last pillar, character. Character is the structure of thoughts, and nothing aside one's thinking is included in it. It is built of valor, patience, love, purity, moral courage, gratitude, joy, respect, appreciation of the good and beautiful, perseverance in the right, and independence of thought. A character composed of all these elements would be a great character indeed, but would become noble only so far as it is tempered with humility. The noblest characters in the annals of history have exemplified this virtue. In our own nation, Abraham Lincoln is the outstanding example. The world admires beauty, ability, and wisdom, but reveres true humility. The most influential man who has ever lived, the man who centuries after his sojourn on earth commands the reverence of the civilized world, said, "I can of mine own self do nothing." A sound and good character is the foundation for leadership, scholarship, and service. Now I ask for all the inductees to rise as I lead you through the pledge. I, Aiden Levy, being aware of the honor which is being bestowed upon me by my selection for membership in the National Honor Society, do hereby pledge loyalty to this organization. It shall be my earnest purpose to give unsparingly of my time and energy towards the promotion of all school activities. I will strive to be at all times a model student and will never knowingly bring reproach upon my school. I pledge myself to uphold the high purpose of this society for which I have been selected, striving in every way by word and deed to make its ideals the ideals of my school and my life. Now, remain standing as we call you. Emma Alma,
Sarah Almo,
Lily Baxter,
Irene Beldeman,
Asia Bertuccioli,
Brett Bober,
Eliza Breton,
Noah Breskin,
Flynn Bryan,
Jamie Burke,
Ella Burns,
Soren Bashong,
Lila Caminetti,
Matthew Canella,
Virginia Capisi,
Nicholas Caruso,
Gabriella Chavez,
Natalia Cherner,
Emma Colkin,
Georgia Connolly,
Finn Corp,
Catherine D'Adamo,
Jack D'Angelo,
Catherine D'Angelo,
Joseph D'Aprosito,
Julia Davis,
Claire Dini,
Jack Dennison,
Arthur Denner,
Miles DeFrisco,
Jack Doherty,
William Doyle,
Jane Dunbar,
Lucy Edmonds,
Aiden Emery,
Anna Esteverina,
Catherine Fair,
Allison Feldman,
Shannon Gardner,
Brooke Gates,
Grace Gilman,
Joshua Goldman,
Stephanie Christina,
Nia Hazley. Read this one.
Calvin Ho,
Emily Kalivas,
Alexander Kuczynski,
Lucia Lavallee,
Jenna Ladin,
Dylan Lee,
Ethan Lee,
Nadine Lee Sang,
Sophia Leon,
Gabriel Longoria,
Isabella Laura,
Emmett Malik,
Nevin Malwano,
Dale Martin,
Juan Carlos Mato,
Connor Matz,
Collins M. Bonu.
Elise McCarthy.
Javier Mendez.
Allison Milanese.
Stephen Munn.
Alexandra Orlando.
Caleb Personas.
Christian Pisante.
Margot Phillips.
Nell Plunkett.
Layla Polito.
Alyssa Persia.
Thomas Roach.
Catherine Roll.
Vanessa Rosado.
Benjamin Schneider.
Christian Shields.
Ava Shakowski.
Sophia Shazanka.
Marlon Singh.
Catherine Smith.
Caroline Spana.
Samuel Susena.
Sophia Taham.
Andrew Talamas.
Thomas Taponio.
Andrew Terciano.
Molly Terciano.
Brianna Valencia.
Caroline Viteri.
Giovanna Vitali.
Carlo Volpe.
Margot Weiss.
Zoe Winburn.
Jasmine Zalman.
Nicholas Franchini.
Bhakti Kulkarni.
Lucas Matos.
Zachary Morgan.
Maritza Shaldia.
Rose Spagnuolo.
Daly Walsh.
A little bit too fast. Oh.
What do I do? Aiden Levy.
Honor Durham. And now I'm going to introduce Ms. Chung. Ms. Chung joined the Pelham community last March as Assistant Superintendent for Pupil Personnel Services. She oversees special education services, school counseling, and health services. Prior to Pelham, Ms. Chung was the Director of Pupil Personnel Services for the Rye City School District, Assistant Principal at Rye High School, and prior to Rye, she was an Assistant Principal, Staff Developer, and High School Math Teacher in Los Angeles. And now, Ms. Chung.
Good evening. I am honored to be here tonight on this wonderful occasion. I congratulate each and every one of you. Your achievement in the 4 pillars, scholarship, leadership, community service, and character is being honored tonight by your induction into this prestigious society. We recognize your dedication to being an outstanding student and an individual. Enjoy all that you have accomplished. But understand what you have done to earn this honor is just the beginning. I challenge you to strive to even loftier goals as you continue your journey as a student and as an adult. The 4 pillars embody the core elements of a global citizen. This is someone who not only has a positive impact every day in their local community, but someone who contributes to the betterment of the global community. I challenge you to embrace a lifelong love of learning, not for the sake of achieving a certain grade or getting into a certain college, but to gain knowledge toward attaining greater humanity. I challenge you to see obstacles as opportunities that will support your personal growth in all aspects of your life, as a student, a friend, a member of your family, and a member of the community. I challenge you to do the right thing when no one is looking. This is the essence of character. Every action that you take and every decision you make reveal who you are. Anne Frank said, parents can only give you good advice or put you on the right path. The final forming of your character lies in your own hands. I challenge you to adopt servant leadership qualities as you continue your journey. Leadership is not about the position that you hold, but how you exist for the good of the people you're leading. All of you are well on your way. You will have different lives as you have different goals and purpose in life. Continue to keep the 4 pillars in mind as you work towards defining yourself in the world. It can only help you become your better self. As Dalai Lama said, the goal is not to be better than the other man, but your previous self. Once again, congratulations to everyone.
And now I introduce Ms. Eileen Miller, a Pelham Board of Education member, to give a few remarks.
Thank you very much. As we near the end of this very special ceremony, on behalf of the Pelham Schools Board of Education, I want to extend a heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of the 106 of you, 97 juniors and 9 seniors, the newest inductees to the Knight and Lamp chapter of the National Honor Society. National Honor Society began in 1921 and has grown to be represented in all states and U.S. territories. Today you join students from across the country, as well as the Pelham scholars who came before you with this esteemed honor. As Ms. Chung said before me, your hard work and academic accomplishments, as well as your strong commitment to the community, are evident in your achievements. The Pelham School District places great importance on the characteristics that drive the mission of the National Honor Society: scholarship, service, leadership, and character. We are very proud to have so many of you upholding these values. I want to also recognize the many teachers and administrators who support all our students in these tremendous achievements. As part of the Board of Ed, I'm continuously amazed by the number of hours spent by faculty to make sure that all our students get the support and guidance that they need. Thank you to all of you who have paved the way for these students, who have clearly excelled under your leadership. It is greatly appreciated. In particular, I want to thank Mrs. Mariana Cordera, who has been the faculty advisor for the National Honor Society for a very long time. She was joined by a faculty selection committee which included Tara Carmody, Andrew Vibi, Brian Sands, Andrew Scott, and Raquel Rodriguez. Thank you all for your time and commitment to elevating these young adults. Congratulations again to all the students and families here tonight, and best wishes for your continued success.
Thank you. And now I introduce Ms. Correa to give a few remarks.
Good evening. As the advisor for the National Honor Society, I am committed to maintaining the traditions of this nationally recognized organization. It is extremely rewarding to be able to assist and witness this chapter's continuous growth while reaching new levels of service within our school and the Pelham community. It is with great respect that I would like to wish sincere congratulations to all of the members of the Knight and Lamp chapter at Pelham Memorial High School. In addition, I look forward to working with all of you for the remainder of your high school careers. Before we leave for the evening, I would like to thank those who made this ceremony special and possible. First, I would like to thank the parents and guardians for their ongoing support, effort, and dedication to their children. I would like to extend a very special thank you to our honored guest speaker, Ms. Julia Chung, for joining us this evening and for her meaningful speech, to Mrs. Eileen Miller for being here tonight and her closing remarks, to Mrs. Clark for her continued support and for allowing me to continue to serve as the liaison between her, the Faculty Advisory Board, and our growing organization. I would like to thank Sophia Leung for playing the piano and Malia McClellan for singing our national anthem. Personally, I would like to thank Ms. Lindsay Tuttle for her assistance in helping me meet the needs and responsibilities of the National Honor Society and for putting together the programs, letters, and certificates you have all received this evening. To Mr. Steve Ravita for the lighting and recording of the ceremony, our hardworking custodians for the ceremony setup and cleanup, my student induction team, Honor Durham, Aiden Levy, Lance Brady, and Asher Lal, thank you for helping with the organization of the ceremony and our NHS meetings. And finally, I would like to recognize the Faculty Council, because without them, the process of selection and induction would not be possible. Please stand when I call your name. Mrs. Tara Carmody. Ms. Raquel Rodriguez. Mr. Brian Sands. Mr. Andrew Scott. Mr. VB. This concludes our ceremony, and now you are all welcome to the Student Commons for refreshments, thanks to the PTA. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you for joining us.